About the stigma, by the way?
The what?
What stigma?
Your encounter in Richez?
Oh, no, I don't. Is that like part two where we got our asses kicked?
I think so. So you went, you went to Antarctica on a stealth mission and learned a few things. Came back, and then the King of Corona sent you to Coronom to Queen Oceanera to rally support for the war. You got a report that Richez was under attack by 5 people. You went over to go handle that. A defect there got taken by a bunch of other defects. And you went to go report back to Queen Oceanera. You guys basically learned, hey, these are defects, which you had previously learned are like ancient mortal beings from hundreds of years ago that are on the brink of extinction, but they're pretty tough. So you're
Right.
trying to currently like piece together the clues here on like who's involved and like what's the relations.
Yes,
But
that's what we're doing.
But that's pretty much where you are.
I hit the undead real hard. That's my thing.
Also, Chris can now heal Dante, which is nice.
Cool.
With those gauntlets. Alright, you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
here we go. So you guys were last in Coronom, I believe. You had reported back to Oceanera about what you found in Richez. And she said that she would look into things and see if she can rally support from the other nearby nations, as well as see what they can dig up about these stigmas.
Very well.
So currently, let's say you guys wake up in your little hotel. You guys wake up in this like 5-star kind of large suite with multiple bedrooms in it and a common.
5 fucking stars. All right,
Yeah.
baby.
You guys are labeled as ambassadors of Corona, so you are being treated as such.
Sweet. Can add that. I'll just add that underneath the whole saviors of Corona and all that bullshit. Let's see. What do we need? What do we need to do? What's our current objective? I don't even remember anymore.
Well, you can
Let's
either. Do you guys want to go back and talk to Oceanera and see what she wants you to do, or do you want to go and do your own thing?
I got here. It says we need to speak. We still need to speak to. Maybe we should speak to Queen Oceanera. But I also have on my just mission counter, locate possible enchanted items. Or enchanted / magical / artifacts.
Will those give us special abilities?
I don't know.
You would assume they would.
That sounds pretty fucking useful, if I'm being honest.
How about we go speak to Queen Oceana and see what she wants us to do? I start making my way over there.
Okay. So you have your escorts, of course. They take you to the palace. You walk into the court hall, and as before, to the left you see theater balconies above the throne of commoners, and to the right you see theater balconies of the noblemen of society. Both parties watching over the court as you stride down the hall to the queen. who is of course
feel like fucking theater.
who is of course just talking amongst her advisors and occasionally answering questions of people in the gallery. And yeah, you're free to approach.
Your Majesty. Good morning, I guess.
She turns to you, acknowledging you, and says, "Oh, Mr. Bloodmane, thank you for coming to see me. We actually have some discussions to be had."
Ooh, all right, cool. I'm down. What you want me to do?
She says, "Well, first of all, I'd like to recommend you an old member of my court who has who I've garnered support from. His name is Cecil Quickfinger. He said he'd be very much inclined to aid you on this journey. As,
Any help would be appreciated.
Would Cecil like to step forward?
I step forward and I kneel to the queen, and then I stand up and I do finger guns at her. You know, like, yeah.
I didn't know you were bi.
No, I'm Cecil.
What does Cecil look like?
Imagine
Like-
imagine an
Daniel
unkempt
Day-Lewis.
asshole in
Daniel Day-Lewis from There Will Be Blood.
no, imagine an unkempt asshole with some looks like some robes or something like that, but he has like a little like a pointy mustache from like a western.
You see, Cecil, when my daughter was being harassed in the slums by some hooligans, Cecil came to her rescue, and I since have had Cecil in my favor. So
Yeah, I showed those serial rapists what's up. I showed what they can do with their penises. They can go fuck themselves. Nobody hurts the royalty here.
I love it. So,
Cool.
so that shadowy figure that you had seen before and given the side eye, he turns to you and says, "We've been coming up with some research and investigation, and we'd like to go over what our plan of action is."
Coolio. Tell me what you got.
He says, "Currently, we have a number of options, and we'd like for you to weigh in on this opinion. We could either do some further investigations in the Undead City covert. We can try to track down this masked man, wherever he may be, and try to investigate more about him. Or we can track down these defects and see how they're tied into all this. Which one do you feel is important to you?"
Give me a second. Research and intel on Masked Man, and what was the last one?
The masked man, the defects, or we can investigate a city of the undead.
Investigate defects. I kind of want to go after those defects.
Interesting. Very well. Well, these defects, we spoke with our historians who happen to know a fair amount of the history and abilities of these defects. After describing to them what you saw, they came to find that these defects are, in ancient terms, were labeled among Arkan society as an elite, as the elite of society, known as the Stigmata. They were special in that these defects had powerful abilities beyond that of all other defects, and they had special eyes in comparison. And these defects were small in number back then, even less so now, which is interesting to find that they would be operating like this and with such small numbers. We have deduced from what was given to us by the historians that the Stigmata, though very powerful, were limited to only one or two abilities for each person. What you witnessed in Richez,
Yeah, the guy who can tank everything.
these individuals seem to be employing a strategy that might involve covering each other's weaknesses by operating as a team, using their strengths. We propose that we try to catch them when they're split up and run assassination attempts or capture if we can.
Capture / kill.
Capturing
Stigmata
won't be
D.
easy, but
Stigmata defects. Hell, I don't even think I can promise that. I don't even think I could promise that we can capture one of these things, but we can bring it back the corpse, possibly.
he says you did manage to wound one, whereas another one you weren't able to. I think if we
Yeah.
carefully choose which ones we target in order, we could... The goal here is to get information, not to take them all out necessarily. We target the weakest one that we can, and we use that individual as our source of information.
You talk like you have an idea of where they are.
Well, we've sent our spies out, and we have some leads as to what could be going on here.
Well, why don't we pursue the one that y'all injured already? Sounds like with my help, we can already kill this guy.
Well, healing is probably one of them. Probably has some sort of healing ability, so he's probably back at 100% by now. But maybe we know his repertoire, so we may be able to just wail on him until he drops.
I say we beat him down. We beat him down and we show him that he messed with the wrong kingdom. All right.
This is starting to feel like an alliance than just a single kingdom.
I mean, there's only one good kingdom amongst them all. I'm just saying.
There is?
Yeah, you know, the one you're in, the one you're graced by.
Coronam? I mean, I came from Corona.
No, they're all smelly. Only Richez is the best.
Look, Corona's not that bad. It only smells like shit in the southern area.
See, we have all our shit concentrated outside of the city.
That's why the outside the city smells like shit,
Yeah, of course.
and
Obviously.
the outer ring of the city smells like shit.
Yeah, which is not the city. Obviously.
And if you get a gust of wind from the north, south, east, or west, it's gonna smell like shit.
No, don't worry. The gods favor us, and the wind does not affect us. You should see my pamphlet about it. Here, take this.
You have an entire pamphlet on why your city does not smell like shit.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Moving on. Moving.
I feel like having a pamphlet on why it isn't covered in shit is reason to believe that it is covered in shit.
I feel like the pamphlet should say Corona doesn't smell like shit.
I thought we were in Richez.
Why does this look like it was drawn with crayon?
Don't question these things.
Well,
Okay, fine.
Are we in Corona or Richez?
you're in Coronam.
Who?
It's not
Oh wait, that's the royalty I'm supposed to be supposed to be like talking good about.
in favor with.
Yeah.
Well, so this gentleman goes ahead and pulls out a list and says, well, we're trying to determine which ones have which abilities. You mentioned, what abilities did you see there?
Hilde, help me out here. What do you remember about their abilities? I remember the one guy, he was able to just sit there and take any number of hits that we threw at him No weapon could pierce his skin. He
The
glowed
mask
orange.
Who kicked my ass like 2 or 3 times at this point?
Yeah. No, not the masked dude.
I was like, wait, what?
Not the masked dude. We're talking about like the defects that kicked our ass last time.
I don't know. I get my ass kicked by mass dudes. I don't know what you're talking about.
Last time we went to Richez and there was this whole defect subplot thing that happened, and we tried to stop them from kidnapping someone. I remember we fought multiple people at once, but the only one I can remember is the guy who glowed orange, and he was able to tank everything. I don't remember any other ability or colors.
He kind of refers to his notes and he says, he calls forward one of the scholars from the court, and the scholar says, yes, by the description of what you've mentioned, he sounds like, according to our records, that he could have what we label as the tango stigma. It's the stigma of strength and constitution. The user of that ability has strength and bodily resilience unbound. It's typically standard physical attacks will be ineffective against a target like that.
Physical attacks. I think all my attacks are physical.
I think breaking his arm is pretty physical. I can do that.
He says even some of the world's best martial artists would have a hard time bringing down a tango stigma, I'm afraid. I would suggest the employment of some form of sealing or illusions or some kind of indirect form of magic that would bypass that kind of defense.
Illusion man. What about just magic man? Like, what would happen to this guy if I just threw a fucking lightning bolt at him?
Well, his physical resistance would probably be able to withstand that.
All right.
What if we sneeze on him and give him some sort of disease?
Well, he's probably not immune to disease. I don't know. I mean, he's still.
I
There's not a whole lot of documentation here about the immune systems of defects, I'm afraid.
I take a knee to the queen and speak to her and say, Queen, I would like to propose the forming of a disease department.
Are you
Develop
suggesting we
more-
use biological warfare?
I'm not suggesting. I'm imploring you.
I have an idea.
A center for disease control, you would say?
Or
Yes.
lack of control. Jesus. Anyway, he says, is there anybody else there that you took note of?
I remember a guy that glowed red.
Glowed red.
Yeah. I don't remember his ability though. All I remember he glowed red.
Well,
I too hate the Reds.
we'll have to do some more observations of that character before we make any kind of engagement.
Other than that, I don't remember much. They got in, they got out. They were very quickly. They were very quick.
And the gentleman
looking
who
for-
you maimed?
The gentleman who I named, I think he was the red one. I think he, like, threw energy beams. I think.
Fascinating.
Did this individual absorb any abilities that you threw?
Possibly.
Because if he did, that would allude to an alpha stigma user. Alpha stigma users are only as powerful as they are fed. The more they absorb, the more powerful they become. The problem is you would have, before you engage them, you'd have to make sure that they are empty of any power that they might be withholding.
And
Refrain
how
from
do they?
feeding them more.
What and how do they absorb?
They have a... I'm not sure how it functions, but if you throw any kind of mana at them, whether it be ranged, melee, spell, or whatever you throw at them, it can be absorbed and harnessed and multiplied in strength, and thrown back at the dish.
So any ability that I have that requires mana would be useless against him.
He says, well, in a direct fashion. Most stigma have to be used on command. They're not active 24/7, as they consume mana to use. If you were to surprise attack him, he may or may not be able to absorb the attack, and he could suffer a wound. Theoretically, we can't confirm this.
All right.
So if I used a punch on him that didn't have mana, he would just fucking die.
Well, he wouldn't be able to draw any energy from it, would he?
I say we go after this man, and I punch him to death.
All right. I guess we found our target. We have a target. This does sound like the guy I injured. I don't remember how I injured, but I injured him.
Ah, yes. I love beating people to death.
He says, we wish to pursue the Alpha Stigma then?
Yeah, the Alpha Stigma.
Very well.
I remember this prick absorbed a lot of my energy through my Satan's cloak.
He says, well, we suspect that these defects are apparently looking for other defects, seeing as how they kidnapped Lucy. Now we need to think, where will they strike next?
Well, do we know of any other defects in the area?
We reached out, and we found that Waltz might be harboring one.
Why would they harbor one?
Where the fuck is Waltz?
Waltz is quite isolated. It has a small population, but the council there has been entrusted with safeguarding a number of either wanted or dangerous individuals in the past.
It's basically Malaysia.
There, we may want to inquire if we can set up operations there, or we could do it covertly.
Maybe. Could work.
The only problem is I don't think the Alpha Stigma would be too excited on going there, seeing as how it is a place full of martial artists who don't necessarily need large-scale magical abilities to hit them.
So, you're saying that this stigma would just go to the most magically inclined place where everybody wouldn't even have a way to hit him unless they had used magic?
That's our lead. Well, we want to hit the Alpha, but I assume that if they go to Waltz, they're going to go there as a full team. The Alpha going there alone would be a suicide mission for them.
So, where's the most magical place known to man?
The most magical place would be Etania Magi.
Oh my... Okay. Let's go expecting that the Alpha stick, or the that he's gonna go there to get his power up. to beat up people's asses. But we'll
What?
go there and we'll beat his ass before he can get strong.
Mr. Winchester, was it?
Yeah, no. Mr. Winchester's my father. I'm Cecil Winchester.
All right, Cecil, buddy, pal. It sounds like that this group of people want to get as many defects as they can, whether they want to join or not. And we know there's a defect in Waltz. I don't think there's a defect in Athenian Magi, is there?
Not that we know of.
But if we go to Waltz, you're saying there's a likelihood that we can meet the whole team?
Yes.
And we have no idea where they are. Like, they could be anywhere.
Yes.
I'm sorry, so what was the other thing we were doing? We were trying to get defects. Isn't it just Waltz again?
Yes.
So it's Waltz or Waltz.
Yes.
Am I understanding this correctly?
Well, you mentioned Athenian Magi. You know, just trying to make sure we know our options. I guess.
Well, Cecil
Waltz or
might be
Waltz?
onto something in that, in preparation for a Waltz assault, the Alpha Stigma might make an attempt to gather energy from somewhere in preparation. Titania Magi would be likely, however, we just can't confirm.
Well, Athenian Magi and Waltz are in the same hemisphere, kind of.
What about the attack from the undead? Where would we go to investigate the undead as well?
I feel like that'd be Valiant. But the last time me and Hilda were there, it didn't go well.
What happened? They didn't open up their undead hands and arms and welcome
I
you?
lost an arm and a leg, and Hilda got unconscious. The only reason we got out of there is Phelan turned into a giant squid and pulled us out.
Yeah, it was a hell of a thing.
What if we sneak in there with mass?
What do you think? You got like coronavirus or some shit?
We can wear disguises of ugly.
At this
Go to the
point,
Valiant.
the guy you're speaking with looks at you and says, "Well, actually, we could. Judging by what you described the mask man, it's a simple costume. What if you disguise yourself as that guy?"
My God.
As far as I know, this masked man is basically God.
So nobody would question
You want
him.
me to dress up
Who would question God?
and sneak on into his territory?
What's the last thing they would expect?
You know what? That's just crazy enough. It might work.
Okay, so what do we have to dress up as? We can't have 3 people dressing as the same outfit. What-
Zombies?
Sexual deviance, probably.
Well, what was his what was his entourage that he came with? Did he just whoop ass by himself?
I mean, he did have the younger Prince of Corona, but we rescued him.
Okay. It was Okay, what if we all dress up as him?
That'd be a little weird, but I'm not against it at the same time.
I think that's an option we should not take off the table. Now, what if? Could we dress up as the stigmatas?
Theoretically, we've seen their armor and it seems to be uniform.
What if they have 2 of us dressed up as the stigmatas and one of us dressed as the the Mask Man.
The only problem is the stigmatas have those special eyes that you can't really replicate.
Also, we don't even know if the stigmatas are affiliated with the Masked Man.
True, not yet to be confirmed.
Okay. So what if we just all three dress up like the Masked Man?
Just never in the same room together.
Yeah,
No.
be in the same room together.
No, if anybody questions it, we could just say we're so powerful that we're able to give the vision of multiple people, but we're all just one person, actually.
We're so fast that we can.
And we all have different
three
voices for some
spaces
reason.
in one universe.
Yes.
I'm loving it. Well, this suggestion comes up. He says, well, we could try to make a proper operation of this and support you. We could arrange for timed magical disguises for you to do this mission,
Yes.
if you would like. But the problem is we can't just come up with random. We can't just make you look like a zombie. That would be difficult. But if we can get something specific to copy, that would be fairly doable.
What if we got 2 undead and made them the copies?
Hold on, I think I got something. And I reach into my bag and I pull out
One of the heads of an undead I kept because I was hungry. I was like, "Can we do something like this?"
Excuse me. I'm sorry, can I get that last line real quick? You were what again?
Hungry. Well, I was missing a limb and I needed to regenerate. The only way I can do that is by eating flesh.
My God.
Tante's kind of an animal. Well, he says, we'll get a court wizard in here, and we will give you a disguise. How long do we need this disguise to last for is the question.
how long can you give us?
At maximum a day.
24 hours. Not half bad.
Yeah, so we can go to Valiant, get in there just as the Masked Man for a day, and then boom, investigate, look around, see what people are saying.
Okay, well, we'll send a wizard down with you on the ship to arrange for that, to give you enough time to employ these disguises. Is there anything else that you think that we will need to arrange?
We should keep an eye on Lieutenant Magi.
Yeah, keep an eye on attending Magi. Maybe Waltz as well.
Yeah, those college nerds.
We'll have spies over in just about every city in the area, I think, to just make sure that everything's being watched.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so we'll take an airship to Valiant then.
Very well.
Is the city fully hostile?
It might as well be. I have a feeling if we don't have a disguises, we're not getting it.
Okay, sounds like we have to be let out on the edge of the wasteland and walk up there.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Hildy, what do you got?
I killed undead.
All right, good job there, Tiger. You keep doing you.
Good job, Hildy. Here's a treat.
Undead bad. Living good.
I pat Hildy on the head. She's so precious. Look at her go.
He says, all right, well, prepare for your departure. Your ship will be waiting for you. The queen says, good work. We will we'll care for the other points of interest while you do this.
Coolio. So I guess we do the things.
Well, so what happens? Do they just take us to the airport and we just go and take the quickest ship over
Well, this
there?
is an opportunity. You can either choose to just go straight to the airship and take off, or you can make any kind of preparations you feel you need beforehand.
I need. Do I even have gold?
See, so we'll just say you have like 200 gold on you.
Ah,
A
yes.
casual 200 gold.
Should I be buying armor?
Not as a martial artist.
Oh, okay.
Well, you could buy like enchanted like cloth armor. That's like a thing you can do. It's pretty expensive.
Nah.
though.
Would 200 be able to get anything?
Not on its own.
Okay, I'll come back. Alright, keep your secrets. I'm good. I'm good to go. I got nothing going on. What about you guys, schmucks?
Calling me a schmuck? Where do you get off?
At Coronom?
You fucker.
Dante, is there anything you
Anyway.
feel you need to buy?
Checking inventory.
I know you guys spent a lot of money over in Luce Santa.
Yeah, I've got just a little money, but not a lot. I feel all right. I think I'm good to go.
You want to buy some more meat?
Yeah, I'll buy more meat. Buy like 10 pounds of meat.
All right, just cost you like 20 gold or some shit. Well, your airship awaits. Of course, you have your royal escorts to guide you through the traffic of the heavily populated Coronom. You reach the airfield, and there's a pilot with like goggles and heavy winter-looking gear on him. He says, "It's gonna get cold over there." A magically, this like winter gear just pops onto Cecil.
Oh, yes. As intended. I never dress myself.
So as you all
That-
board, he flips up the lever, and Guns of Icarus is his way into the air.
Guns of
I gotta,
Icarus.
I gotta dip out for a second here.
Okay. Let's see here. Where's the thingy? There's a like elf just sitting on the ship.
What's your story, elf?
Says, "I'm hired to disguise you.
Oh, you're the mage, huh?
I am the mage."
You could disguise all three of us for a day, I hear?
A day and only a day, so don't fuck it up.
I intend not to.
Good.
Question: what would happen to our disguises if we were to attack anyone?
Well, if you're fighting, the disguises will not drop. However, if you sustain critical damage, the illusion will fail.
Critical damage. All right. Define critical damage.
Like what that stigma guy did to your chest, kind of damage.
Oh, okay, yeah. The whole. Okay, no chest wounds. Got it.
Like if you sustain a life-threatening blow, and you're on the precipice of like you're on the fine line of death. If you get hit one more time, you're donezo. Like kind of critical.
All right. I will try not to get killed in that fashion lord.
Of course, also if your arm was to be severed off completely and just falls on the ground, the illusion on it would fade. Just saying. You're like, hey, that undead arm just turned into a demon arm. What the fuck?
What the fuck? Oh no, I'm a demon too. No, not okay. Right.
And then I assume they shoot you on spot.
Yeah, I would probably shoot me on the spot as well. Are there any ways that they can know we're not undead by like does the illusion also mask our smell and our
The illusion
or
would
other
not
stuff?
mask your smell, and it is, as any illusion is, it is susceptible to being seen through by other magical users or sharp eyes.
Wunderbar.
So if they can detect that there is illusion magic on you, or if they can see through it or dispel it, that is all threats that you would face. It's not a foolproof plan here.
Yeah, we never have a foolproof plan, apparently.
So long as you don't draw attention to yourselves, though, I think you should be okay.
Okay. Then, how long till we get there?
About a day.
All right. I guess until then, Dante will be focusing on sharpening his blades.
What does
I'm
this elf
sure
look
that they're-
like?
This elf, he's a high elf.
Oh,
So he has like
a
red
man
eyes.
of racial superiority, I see.
He very clearly is dressed warmly, but in style, and in no fashion for you to believe that he would be getting off this ship when you arrive.
How long is the trip gonna take for us to get over there?
It's a day to travel there.
A day to travel there? Hey, knife ears. Want to waste a day together? Finger guns at him.
He says,
Ew.
he just like starts reading a book.
I don't think he's into you.
You know, once you go human, you never go non-human.
Well, the time passes quite quickly, and a day goes by. The weather, or the climate rather, begins to change very visibly. The air begins to grow a little chilly. Your breath becomes visible. Glaciers and floating ice caps begin to come into view from the horizon. And before you is the rigid cold Antarctica.
Oh, all right. Here we go.
The pilot says, we're going to avoid coming down on the port as to alert any undead, so let's go ahead and place you in a remote location. And here's a map. He gives you a map that kind of like, he says, don't get lost.
Hey, what's the back of it say?
It says, I'm a high elf.
It says what?
I'm a high elf. And don't you
All
forget
right.
it. Yeah, he hands you the map, and he slowly comes down, just hovering the airship, not even fully landing. He says, the mage walks up to you. He says, hold still, and places a hand on each of you, one at a time. See, who wanted to be the mask guy? Did any of you want to be the mask guy? Or did you all want
I'll
to be
be the
zombies?
mask.
Hildy should be the mask guy.
Hildy walks in as the mask guy.
Yes.
Kill.
Kill!
Hildy, you're gonna have to control yourself. This is a stealth mission.
This
What are
time,
you again?
who wants to be the mask guy?
I'll be the mask guy.
Okay, he puts his hand on Dante, and this illusion covers you. And you appear to be this guy in a black cloak with the all too familiar mask on your face.
Oh god, I've never wanted to punch myself more than this moment.
He puts
Yeah,
hands
that
on
makes you feel any
Cecil
better. I
and
want to punch
Hildy,
you too.
and both of you kind of like become. You look like yourselves if you were zombies. So you kind of thin out. Your cheeks sink in. Your flesh becomes like gangrenous looking in color, and random like wounds and holes begin to appear on your skin. He says, "You guys look like the real thin."
And I say to the elf after he touches me. I'm like, oh, it took you a day or so,
Here
but
we-
it finally warmed up, huh?
He removes his hand from you and says, "God, when I thought you couldn't get any uglier."
Well, you know what else is stiff and immortal? My admiration of you.
Why? Why?
As it
I
should
suck
be.
with people who can't keep it in their pants.
I do the finger guns.
He says, "Well, the clock has already begun ticking. Best be off."
Okay, let's go.
Yeah,
Stop fucking around.
let's
what
go.
about clicking talks? Yes.
He says, "We'll be returning in 24 hours."
Hey, Dante, did the guy even talk?
Who?
The masked man you're trying to
No.
be.
No,
So, but should we talk?
I have never seen him speak, so I'm just going to not say anything and let you do all the talking.
Okay. Oh shit, that means I have to talk, isn't it?
The only ever talking I've seen him do is kicking my ass. So
Ah,
Actions speak louder than words, and boy, does he use a lot of actions.
Yeah, if anything happens, my plan is to just stare at them menacingly until they do what we want.
if it seems out of character, just kick up my ass.
Quick, they're getting suspicious. Beat my ass.
Beat my ass.
Drinks wine.
Rich. Okay. Well, you guys are the ship takes off. You don't know where it's going, but you know to meet back here in 24 hours. And before you is just a barren, snowy wasteland.
Well, let's get going.
Oh, okay. Wait, how will we know to get back here in particular?
Use your map and don't be stupid. Pray to God.
Am I-
Pray to God that this map does not fail you.
Says high elf at the end. All right, I follow the map.
Alright, you begin trekking through the knee-high snow. You are physically hampered, and it is quite cold, but your winter gear takes care of you. It's difficult to hear anything over the howling of the winds. It's just constant. It never seems to rest. And your vision is limited by the mild blizzard that is ever present. You eventually pass what you recognize was the seaport that you had used prior in your earlier visit, knowing not to draw too close to it, as there are some guards standing post there. And not too long after passing it, about 2 or 3 hours go by, and the silhouette comes into vision through the snow of the city of Valiant.
Coolio.
Does it have a wall?
Notably for Dante and Hildy, the city was once under. It was a ramshackle city with a half-built wall that was heavily under construction. But the progress that's been made in such a short amount of time is jaw-dropping. The wall is almost completely fortified with proper stone bricks, and it is very tall, very thick, as opposed to what you saw before, where it was kind of short and thin and made of ramshackle material. It looks like a proper fortress.
Where are they getting this material from? I guess we make our way to the entrance.
Okay. As you come to the entrance, you find, as you did before, the chasm between, serving as a moat between you and the gate. The wooden bridge is drawn up, preventing access, with a metal gate as well, as extra protection. A guard on top calls down, doesn't even call as before. He just flips the lever and the door automatically opens, and the bridge crashes down in front of you.
I start making my way across, hopefully with my entourage in tow.
I follow without hesitation.
I'm just gonna vibe here.
You're gonna sit at the gate, Hildy?
Yep.
Mud flex.
That's probably best for Hildy, actually.
I'm just gonna stare at the gatehouse menacingly.
I'm just gonna vibe here.
Okay. So as you guys walk through, you notice that all of the undead here don't look at you directly. They lower their heads, avoiding eye contact, and they all clear the path for you.
Good. I make my way towards the castle?
The
The
biggest
large-
impressive building.
Yeah, the biggest and most impressive building.
As you've now entered the city and you walk the streets, a lot of these small ramshackle, like shed-looking buildings are now being reconstructed to look proper. It's all very much under development, and very quickly you approach the palace, and the guards stand at attention, opening the doors for you.
Imagine I am a giant prick and I just ignore everyone until I get to what I want. So that's what I'm going to do.
Not fair enough.
Not a problem. As you proceed through the castle, everybody seems to, in a way, fear you. Nobody wants to make direct eye contact. Nobody dares stand in your path. Where would you like to go?
So, did we get to go to the biggest building?
You're in the palace.
Oh, do we have any prior knowledge of like what is their form of government by chance?
A king. Monarchy.
They have a monarchy as undead people.
Yeah, I know that. I don't know. I don't make the rules.
King for life, for everybody's life. All right, odd system, but okay. Have a nice day. Probably shouldn't actually go up to a king because he'll probably be like, "Oh, hey, who are you?" And then we'll be like sitting there with our dicks in our hands. So we should
What are you
probably.
suggesting? That undead people are more likely to be communists or some shit?
Shut the fuck up! You're vibing by the gate. I don't want to hear your opinion. You gave up your opinion at the gatehouse. All right. Okay. So I don't know. Like, do we just like sit around and wait at the court?
We have a. Is that a map that we have? Is it just a map of like the region, or is it? Do we have a detailed map of the castle?
It's just a map of how to get from the city to the ship.
Shit. Fuck.
Jesus
Shit, fuck.
Christ!
All right.
What if
What
we
do we need? We need intel.
What if we go to a war meeting and we sit in on the war meeting? Shit, this ain't gonna work. What are we doing here?
We are going to die.
I'm already regretting this. We're already false deep in here. Shit.
All right. How about instead of panicking, how about we do this?
I'm not panicking.
We look for a some place that would have written like
Documents?
I mean I don't know written documents, but I'm trying to figure out what kind of documents. Like not stuff we know these people here are kind of dicks. We don't need stuff that proves that they're dicks. We need like troop movements. We need their supply lines, locations, and stuff. We need maps. a map would probably be a good idea.
You know what? What if we just boss somebody around? You just point at somebody and just say, "You, give me map."
What if I? But that's the thing. I have a feeling that the masked man doesn't say anything
Okay,
to anyone.
What if I do it?
That might work, actually.
Okay, I look around and like, what kind of people are around me?
There are guards positioned around the halls in ornate black armor, but and then there's some clearly servants walking around in like peasant clothing, all of which are undead.
Is there anybody who looks like not a peasant or a guard?
Not from what you can tell at the moment.
I point at a servant. I say like,
Okay.
I'm like, you, come here, here.
A feeble-looking skeleton looks at you and goes, yes, sir." And he walks up and, like, without making eye contact, kind of like salutes.
You barely look green in the face. What did you just die this year?
No, sir.
Start berating him when I say.
If a skeleton
"Alright."
could sweat, he would be sweating.
I tell him, listen, I'm very important, but you know who's next to me? They're much more important than you and me. So I need you to do me a favor.
I look like I'm checking my nails.
Okay.
I need you to give me reports on the most up-to-date military movements. Can you do this for me?
He says, he says we should go talk to the general.
Okay.
Oh god.
You know what? No. You go and you get it. You tell him who wants it. He knows who will want it. All right? You tell him, he brings it, and you bring it. I don't even want to see his face, let alone my friend here. He doesn't want to see anybody's faces since the fuck-ups that's been going on around here. So, I'm going to tell you this. You go over there, and you go get the reports, and you bring them to me, okay? And we'll be okay. We'll get through this.
He says, I'll right away. And he just storms off.
I wipe my head, sweating.
I stop my calm nail looking and go, "What the fuck are you doing?"
I don't know. I'm fine,
I
but
read your report. I read it up.
Eventually, the skeleton comes back to you with a pair of guards, and the guards speak to you and says, "We have arranged a docket for you, and it is awaiting in your office."
yes. All right, you can escort us to our office now, or his office.
They turn and immediately start marching down the hall.
I follow.
Follow.
You come into what is a leisurely lounge. There is in a palace of most everything being quite ramshackle. This place seems to have the nicest of antiques, as everything here is refurbished in some sense. There's a grand wooden desk for you with a large seat and a mantle fireplace with with 2 seats in front of it and a carpet. The guards stand outside, allowing you to walk in yourself.
Neat. Good.
Where
All
are
right,
the reports?
There's just one neat little docket on the desk.
I pick up the docket and open it.
I
Read.
tell them to wait outside, the guards, and I say, "We will call for you if we need you."
They silently nod and just look forward.
I close the door on them.
As you flip open this docket, a number of documents come out, and they have like information and research on the King of Corona, the princes, and a number of people who would be identified as like experiment candidates and also defects.
Huh. So these are like a list of very powerful people, but not politically power.
They're like dossiers.
Not to mention, also there is reports from what is referred to as the mines.
What are the mines?
Upon further inspection, you find that they seem to be mining metal and construction materials from a mine outside the city somewhere.
If we can hit this mine, we can hinder or hinder their construction process.
Does the resources? Does it say what happens to the resources after they're mined?
The reports can give insight into the various construction projects and in the projects that they're going to. You find that there is metal being hauled off to a certain location, whereas there is construction materials made for city development and defensive structures, and as well as weapons to arm the military.
Okay, so this is like funding everything. This is all of it. Okay, so we have the location of the mine. Is there any other? What kind of troop movement are they talking about? Like, is there any like operations or anything like that?
Well, you can find the documentation of the results on Corona's attack, and you can also find that there was a troop regiment sent off toward Richez as well.
Okay, which has already happened, right?
No, that hasn't happened yet.
Oh, so Richez is gonna be attacked next.
So we should probably warn Richez, maybe.
Okay, and we need to take out that mine. Okay.
Yeah. So we possibly have some missions coming, but
And we need to inform all the people on this list who are probably going to get kidnapped. Okay.
yeah. Does any of this look like the stuff on whatever it's called on the defects? Does any of that look like the people that nearly killed us and kidnapped what's her name?
You do find that a lot of them match the description of what you witnessed, but there's also people in there that you don't recognize.
All right.
But you also find that there was a document on like a human experiment project.
Don't like where this is going, but continue.
There's a couple of people listed under it with progress being documented. A lot of people have died in this project, but a couple of them have been successful. Namely, one being referred to as quote-unquote Leon, and the other one quote-unquote Gilgamesh.
Leon and Gilgamesh? Alright, this is getting weird. And nothing else on... Or I have no other written intel on these other guys? On this Gilgamesh and Leon?
Simply that they've been responding well to the Stigmillion, and they are witnessing strange adaptations.
Does is there any reports for the Stigmata people, or were the defects, or any like base for them or anything like that?
So there's identified as there's like a hit list of what you would like see, and you find that they are all codenamed. So those who have been already brought in are referred to as Gemini, Cancer, Scorpio, Virgo, and Aries.
Right.
And then, so there's other code names, but there's no sign to show what the code names are.
No, I'm afraid not.
Okay. I think this is enough information, or unless you think there's anything else we need to go for. Done.
I guess we can get out of here. There's no other. There's no other like drawers or anything else I could search in the desk.
There are some drawers that you could look through.
Can I pop them open?
As you pop them open, they seem to be full of like various like busy work, but none of it seems to be too relevant to what you're looking for.
Well, then I guess this is what we came here for. Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's get out of here and go hit that mine, and then hopefully get a warning to the city to whatever the fuck it's called. City that's going to be attacked.
Let's take an airship.
Well, the airship's going to be back in 24 hours. I'm not sure when the attack is going to be.
Let's take an airship from here to there.
Do they have airships here?
What does that mean? You don't think undead fly?
No, undead probably fly. I just don't think they have the
Are you a
technological advancements to know. I'm not a racist. I'm a demon.
Oh, so you're gonna pull the demon card, huh?
Yes, I will pull the demon card when I can pull the demon card.
Alright. Okay, but maybe we should get like a... Well, yeah, I think we should get the airship and then just go. That way we get a head start, right?
Yeah, right. But I still feel like we should at least hinder their operations here somewhat.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, you know what? We should hit the mine. And
Yep.
then take the airship. We should get an airship to take us to the mine.
All right. I guess, do we need to go pick up Hildy?
Oh, I mean, yes, of course. Why would I leave Hildy? Okay, let's... So we're good for this? That's the plan?
That's the plan.
Okay. I open the door and I shout for somebody, an attendant, some assistant, somebody to be yelled at me.
Well, there's
Yelled at
guards
by me.
standing at the door.
Oh, great. I say, okay, all right. You know who? Yes, he wants an airship. A small personal airship that we can pilot ourselves. Nobody else, all right? Top secret. Can you get that from me?
The guard looks at you and replies plainly and coldly in a soldierly manner. I'm afraid we have not acquired an airship quite yet, I'm afraid.
Are you kidding me? Everybody else in the world can travel on an airship, but you? Ah. All right, fine. Okay, we'll need a carriage to take us... Wait, you know what? I don't even know if you even have classification to know where we need to go. Just get us a carriage.
Right away. He kind of walks off.
Okay, I'm gonna go outside.
Are both guards gone right now?
One of them left. The other one's standing there.
Okay, then I still don't say anything.
I'm gonna just wait. Menacingly.
Eventually,
Menacing.
the guard comes back and says your carriage is waiting outside at the gate.
All right, take me to it. Take us to it.
Alright.
Thank
As
you.
exit the palace, you know, the doors are open for you, and there's the line of guards escorting you out. And before you is a carriage with these undead horses that seems to be built for snow travel. And standing next to it is the phantom figure from before that you recognize.
Oh no.
He looks at you with this like light glow of like frosty air around him, and he looks at you and says, "Lord TEC, I hear that you are expecting to go to the mines."
I don't say anything.
I speak for him and I say, "That's affirmative. We're gonna need to go to the mines."
He says, "I'll be happy to go with you. I need to document some progress myself."
Well, we're gonna need to pick up a straggler.
A straggler?
He's part of the entourage.
He looks at Cecil and he says, "I don't recognize you."
I'm sorry. I'm new here. I need to boss around the people.
He can't, go ahead and roll a deception roll for me.
Oh god! Here we go!
Ah, shit. Here we go again. Wow, no modifiers. Cool.
Great.
He says,
Great.
he looks at Dante and he says, "Would you mind introducing us? I don't believe we've met before."
This is Frank.
I'm Frank.
He used to be a living defect.
Oh, this story, okay.
That's all I say. That's all I say.
He says, "Is this gentleman going to be... Does this gentleman still have his defect powers?"
We will see.
Okay, well, I suppose we can run tests immediately. In the meanwhile, let's go ahead and make our trip, shall we?
Agreed.
He hops in the wagon, and there's a servant ready to drive, as well as the number of guards sitting on it as with you.
Cool. Great.
There's a back seat and a front seat. Which seats do you take?
Where's the Phantom sitting in?
I take the back seat.
The Phantom is sitting up front.
I sit right next to him.
You sit next to him. Okay. As you sit down, he looks at you with this, like, disgusted stare, and also kind of like you're being offensive.
Okay, I can read the room. All right, I'll go back. I literally say that, and I just go sit in the back.
Okay, I can read the room.
The servant whips the reins, and the horses take off, trotting through the city, which is constantly being cleared of snow. And you head out the gate. And the Phantom looks at Hildy just standing there. But you guys are passing Hildy because the Phantom doesn't realize that Hildy's part of your party.
Hey, that one's part of the party.
The fuck you looking at?
The servant stops the wagon, and the Phantom looks at Hildy and goes, "That zombie there is with you."
That's Francesca.
He says,
Again,
he says,
another recently revived defect.
Oh,
Another test to be made.
I see. Well, I am in no position to question your experimentations. Please come aboard,
Marge.
Francesca. I didn't even hear what Hildy said.
No, you aren't.
Oh my god.
He looks irked, but keeps a professional demeanor in the presence of Dante.
What kind of like entourage does this guy normally keep around that this guy's willing to deal with all this shit?
On the surface, Dante is calm and cool. On the inside, Dante is freaking the fuck out.
I'm cool as a cucumber. Inside, I am nothing but I'm not a cucumber.
Is Hildy gonna board this thing?
Yeah, I
Okay,
am.
you hop on.
Where are you gonna
the
sit,
horses
Hildy?
trot off again.
Where are you sitting, Hildy? This is
Oh yeah, does Hildy
important.
get in the front or the back?
The front.
He gives Hildy the same look he gave Cecil. He's been just like taken aback that so many people would just have the balls today. He turns and looks at Lord TEC to confirm if this is okay for Hildy to sit up here.
I nod.
He looks away, kind of unnerved, and
Oh, wait.
whips the reins.
So it's like the driver, and then like Hildy, and then the Phantom, like all in the front. like Hildy had to go and sit in the middle.
Some time goes by, maybe like 40 minutes, going through the snow, and eventually coming into view is a whole work site with hundreds, if not thousands, of undead slaving away, carrying and hauling around large slabs of stone and boulders, pieces of metal. Some of them are digging, and there's a traffic coming in and out of tunnels.
All right.
The servant parks up and says, Lord Silthan, we have arrived. The Phantom stands up and steps down and opens the door to your side of the cart and says, my liege, if... kind of like hinting, like, you know, escorting you off
Yes,
the cart.
I step out of the cart, and then I allow him to follow me. Also, Lord Sylvan was the name?
Silphin, with a T.
Sylphin. Sylphin.
As you guys trod through the snow into the work site, Silthin looks at you and says, as you can see, my lord, we have made significant progress. The slough is en route to its destination on time, as requested, and the army supplies are being forged currently as we speak.
All right, I make like a nodding motion as I walk through the thing.
You can see undead, as they are immune to becoming tired and they don't feel pain, in this negative degree weather, they're all working not slowly out of exhaustion, but just slowly out of like depression. But they notice once they notice your presence, they immediately begin working quicker.
All right.
What a fucking cuck.
Yeah, what a fucking cuck. I say, I wish to go deeper into the mine.
Very well. He arranges for a mine cart to be arranged, and so before you know it, there is a cart, and he steps into it, and there's a seat on it.
I take my seat, I guess.
Does does Lord Selthen also take a seat?
Yeah, he's sitting across from Dante.
I'll sit next to Dante then.
And Hildy.
I'll sit in the front, because I'm a badass.
There is no front.
I'll make a front.
Okay. So you guys
Okay.
hop into the cart and it begins moving along. As you walk through, it's lit with torches as a number of undead are all using their pickaxes to hack into the wall and stuff. And you descend. And it eventually, the tunnel opens into a large cavern. And it's a large railway built on stilts. As you can see below you, hundreds of undead hauling carts and buckets and pieces of rock and metal. And he says, very soon you'll come into the new blast zone where we discovered a new vein of slough. We have enough to meet your demands, of course, but in time we may expect shortages if we don't come across a new vein.
And he said blast zone. Do I see TNT in the area? Dynamite?
Not quite.
Explosives? Not quite.
As you continue through, you go into another tunnel, which eventually leads into another opening, smaller, not as developed. There's not as much infrastructure here. The cart comes to a stop as there's no more rails to go. He opens the door and hops out, and some miners escort you guys in. And there appears to be some explosives around, and you occasionally hear blasts and rocks blow out of the wall, revealing these veins of silvery-looking metal.
Neat.
Fascinating.
Silthen turns to you and says, and there you have it. Here's the new vein. I hope it will suffice.
No, it won't.
Narrowly looks at Hildy.
Is there any way we can stop wasting so much? We blast and we might lose some of the material. Maybe we should force everybody to only pick it with their axes.
He looks at Cecil, looking for confirmation from Dante whether he should put Cecil in his place or not.
I shake my head. Just back and forth.
So as you hold these new experiments quite highly, don't you, my lord?
Their test group.
Yes, test group.
The control cannot be changed, or else the test will be insufficient.
Whatever you gotta tell yourself.
I have plans for them,
Whatever you gotta
Lord
tell
Sidon.
Lord TEC, was there anything else we needed to do here? Or did we want to change our plans?
No, I've seen enough.
Very well. The miners arrange for the cart to be hauled back up.
Real quick, do I see any TNT? Anywhere?
There's some like sticks of dynamite hanging around.
I pick it. I put that in my pockets.
Oh shit.
Roll for stealth. You're not pickpocketing, you're just grabbing one. Okay. Roll for stealth. 6. As you walk up and grab the dynamite, Silthen walks up and says, Careful now. That is quite explosive as he tries to take it from you.
I just let him take it.
Wouldn't want an accident to happen, would we? And he hands it to a miner, and the miner walks off.
God damn! I thought I was gonna hand it to Dante for like 5 seconds.
Damn it! Yeah, me too.
He ushers you all to the cart.
Seconds before I start to motion towards the cart, but then I stop and I look back towards the dynamite, and then I say, maybe this would suffice for a test. And I start moving towards the dynamite.
He says, a test, my lord?
I pick up. Are there like stacked boxes of this stuff, or is it just just a single box with a bunch of sticks on it?
There's some boxes sparsely here and there with some dynamite sticks.
I turn towards Lord Sylvan, and then I say, "Move these explosives to strategic places around the mine."
What do you mean by that, my lord?
By that I mean I want if they are to explode, the mine would collapse. And leave those two, and I point to Hildy and Cecil. And I say, I want them at the bottom part of the mine.
You wish to collapse the mine on them?
Possibly, I'm thinking. And then but I won't do it until I see the explosives in the right location.
Can you roll a deception check for me real quick?
Well, fuck. I
That's
really
a
hope the
little
dice
sus.
are on my side. Because if I can pull this off. Alright, let's see.
60 chess move over here.
This is getting more and more... Oh.
Fuck. Fuck. Fuckity fuck.
He says, my liege, what did we discuss? Could you remind me what it was that King Azarus had mentioned about Leon earlier this morning? I can't quite remember.
Oh god.
What are you, an idiot who can't remember things from this morning?
I go. I can't remember either. I'm really famished, aren't you? Let's go eat something.
He signals his hand to the miners.
I throw a stick of dynamite at him and start running for the exit. Let's get out of here!
Is it even lit? You motherfucker!
No, but it's going to be. Are you guys move away from the boxes because I am
I'm running. I'm running.
run, everybody run. Hellfire bolts, the box of dynamite behind us.
Oh my god. Jesus. Alright, we're gonna roll to see how much damage this box does. 16. One box explodes, and dynamite sticks are flying everywhere, and those begin to explode in different areas, which causes more boxes to explode, and it's a chain reaction.
I
Jesus
activate
Christ.
partial transformation, get my wings out, and I'm going to grab whoever's the slowest and start flying.
All right. Oh, okay.
Grabs the heavily armored Hildy.
Grabs Hildy, how fast are you, Cecil?
I don't. Well, they don't call me Quick Finger for nothing.
Cecil's not that fast.
Then I grab Cecil as well, and I start flying us out of there.
Alright.
Is this an open bore mine, which means like it's a giant hole in the ground that we can fly out of?
There we go. All right. So you guys begin flying through the tunnels as these explosions go off and the undead are getting pummeled by rubble, and the area you were in collapses. However, partial way up the tunnel, the collapsing stops finally, and everybody's kind of like evacuating in terror as smoke plumes through the tunnel. Eventually, you make your way out to the surface, and you find that guards are starting to take their posts and are on high alert.
I do not stop flying. I want to fly us to the rendezvous point. That's where we're going.
So you're revealed, basically.
Well, I think Dante's still in his form, or under the illusion. He just has like undead-looking wings.
I like shout from
Well,
being carried
actually,
by
it's not
dogs.
normal for undead to have wings. This is starting to look a bit shifty. Okay.
Never mind. I don't shout anything. It'd be the equivalent of a shitpost at this point.
Well, I guess. Oh no, Dante's not a zombie. He's disguised as TEC. It's weird, but nobody's gonna call it out.
Should be this man more often. Nobody calls out any of our bullshit. I yell, Lord Silton, he's a traitor. Get him.
As you fly away.
Yeah.
Okay, you quickly fly into the blizzards. And abide by your map. You reach the rendezvous point. And let me see here.
All right, great.
Roll
Just
to
wait
see.
here
Roll for map. I want to see roll for map. Really.
Roll for map.
Excuse me? Do I get to roll an advantage for reading a map?
Map.
Don't worry about it. Just give me a roll.
Alright, tell the roll for map.
I'm the map.
Hildy, nothing showed up.
And by map, I mean minor attracted person.
18. You guys are able to stick straight on the path without any diversions.
Minor attractive person.
And conveniently, you find flying through the air that there's an airship tucked away in the clouds that you can head to.
Okay, we just head straight there.
He said, the pilot looks at you and says, "Damn, I thought we were hidden. All right."
Kind of helps when you can fly, but yeah, we got some stuff, and I pull out the docket, and we also may have caused a major incident.
Oh boy.
We need to leave.
You don't have to tell me twice as he spins the wheel rapidly the other direction. You guys begin taking off.
So, how well did you guys think that went?
Honestly, a lot better than I expected.
I
Same.
wasn't there for most of it, so I don't know.
Well, you know, that's what you get for waiting at the gatehouse.
Well, you know what? You're right.
I'd say it worked out fairly well.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this guy's pretty powerful, which scares me, because he could just go around and yell at people like an asshole and get away with it. And he's doing like some fucking experiments and stuff.
Yeah, we've learned some things about Lord TEC today. Hey, we found out the masked man's name, by the way. So it's Lord TEC. Apparently,
Space.
Oh yeah, and he does experiments apparently.
Oh yeah, I love science.
Yeah, but like on people.
Oh yeah, I love science.
Also, apparently, Red Chesta is going to be attacked. We should probably go there. Actually, you know what? I'm telling the pilot, divert us to Red Chesta.
He says, right away. And you begin exiting the cold climate and enter the more the warmer part of the hemisphere, reaching closer to the equator. Everything's kind of going along smoothly, traveling through, your regular old cumulonimbuses and such.
We should not fly through a cumulonimbus.
It's it's as normal.
No, a cumulonimbus is a thunderstorm.
Yeah, as you do. Everything's chill.
Sorry, being in the air
Of
makes
course
me,
we fly
makes me
through a
allergic.
Cumulonimbus. What are you, a pussy?
Exactly. You think this blimp can't hold up against a lightning bolt?
As a pilot, you should not be flying through thunderstorms.
What are you, a pussy?
And someone who's not a pilot, you should definitely be flying through storms.
Look, I do it all the time in Hoi Fort. I only lose like a couple hundred planes. It's fine.
Oh, thank God we're a couple of hundred planes.
So you eventually touch down at in the desert where Richez would be. You find this Middle Eastern architecturally inspired city that is about done with reconstruction after the recent attack.
Okay.
Wait, it's been attacked?
That's where you guys discovered the defects. The defects that attacked.
Yeah, that's where they attacked the defects.
Wait, did the report say that they were going to attack or they had already attacked?
The report said they were going to attack, that they were moving troops into this location. Who do we know that is in charge of everything?
Well, you're familiar with Menace.
Right. Menace. That guy.
He sounds great, doesn't he?
Yeah. So let's go find him.
Yes, him.
Okay. As you enter the city, things have turned fairly to normal, but you notice that there seems to be a lot more guild presence, almost as if there's like guards posted.
Huh. Okay. Let's we go to the bar. Is it a bar or a club? I can't
The Five
fucking
Aces?
remember.
It's
Yeah.
It's everything. It's a club.
Yeah,
it's
we
a
go-
bar.
we go
It's
where
a-
that guy
It's a
is.
casino. So you head in. The club scene in there is actually quite chill at the moment, as it is during the day. The bar is open, but nobody seems to be on the dance floor. And there is, of course, the doorway with two guards kind of posted that you had used to enter the casino.
All right. I'd say we go towards the casino area.
Okay. As you head over toward the posted guards, they look at you and kind of block your path. They say, "What's your business here?"
What is our business here?
We're warning them of another attack?
Oh, right. We're warning you of another attack.
An attack by the
By the
these
undead.
defects again.
No, but it's the undead this time. Valiant is planning an assault.
I see. Going through.
Neo.
Okay.
Okay.
As you enter the the gambling casino room, it is, as it was last time, classy. Crystal chandeliers lighting the area, velvety carpet. There is a man playing on a piano, a baby grand piano, and a number of card dealing tables.
And this is where Dante's gambling addiction comes.
Wait, these are the leaders of this city?
What year is this?
The fuck kind of city is this?
Fucking baby grand? What year is this?
Honestly, I have no idea what year is it. Where's the table with what's his name?
Well, as you look around, you can actually find that Menace is at the bar currently.
Oh, he's not gambling. Damn it. All right. Well, I go to Menace and I just go up next to him in the bar and say, "Stop."
Says, "Oh, sorry, I can't recall your name, but I remember you were the gentleman who helped me during that assault. What can I do for you?"
Dante Bloodmane. These are my associates. Hilde, I don't remember her last name, and
Do I
Cecil-
have a last name?
You
No,
I don't-
it's Mock.
Yeah, it's Rumok. I'm gonna change your name on my Discord.
Hilde Vermock and Cecil
Winchester.
There you go.
Winchester. I couldn't read your full name.
If you click it, you can pull it up. That's how good it is.
Oh, okay. We are, well, we're all over the place, but got news. None of it good. First is Valiant is plotting world domination or something, and your city is going to be under attack in the coming weeks.
Really? I suspect that they just want to put an end to the guild that's probably they know is tracking their movements now.
Oh, you guys are tracking your movements. You should coordinate with Cornum and Corona.
He says, "Well, Dorrigan doesn't operate that way."
Well, Valiant is a little stronger than we thought. And Corona came under attack. Look, there's this guy, he wears a mask. Are we still disguised?
No, it's been a day.
No, it wore off, yeah.
Okay. There was a mask. He royally fucked us like bad. Wasn't good. Either way, the what happened was you guys are gonna be under attack by a swarming army of undead. So I would be careful of that.
Noted.
Well, they're not just going to be a bunch of smelly undead. They're going to literally be coming in with some sort of strange metal that's turned their backwards city into like a metropolis to be. You know, you really do need to take this seriously and probably stop trying to fight this on your own. I mean, you could die alone if you want, but, you know, that's just my suggestion.
He says the big city's never cared much for a city of scoundrels, but we'll see what we can conduct. In the meanwhile, have you come into any information on these defects?
Might be test subjects?
They might be test subjects of Lord TEC. Valiant is they're following their movements somehow. I don't understand how.
So they're connected to the undead attack on Corona.
Yeah.
I see. Well, luck would have it, we have been tracking down one of them.
One of the defects.
That is correct. one of them have broken off from the group for some reason.
Which one?
He kind of motions toward one of the tables as a blonde figure in roguish-looking clothes notices him and stands up walking over. He says, "Meet Dorgan Aruji."
Ah, yes, Gorgon Ruji.
Ah, yes. How could I forget?
He says, "Dorgan here is one of the best assassins you could ever ask for, and, you know, we called in a favor."
Wait, Dorgan Ruji is the guy that... Wait, is he the guy we're hunting?
No. Dorgan Aruji is kind of actually famous.
How fame?
So,
Should I be, like, fangirling?
well, I don't know about fangirling, but he's basically a war hero from the past, from a guild known as Royal Judgment.
Ah!
And
I'm in.
yeah, he's one of the best assassins famously in the world. Supposedly.
Allegedly.
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 Well, I didn't know we were gonna have a legend walking around here.
He says,
So what...
he looks at you and says, he looks at Menace and basically just asks, "What do you want?" Menace looks at Dorgan and introduces him to you. "Dorgan, this is Mr. Bloodmane, Cecil Winchester, and Hildy Rumock. They assisted us in defending this Lucy from those defects. They're interested in knowing about your findings." He looks at you and says, "Yeah. Well, I noticed that one of them broke off. I've been stalking and tracking their movements in silent running. They're not a hard group to track. They don't seem to be the most stealthy. But, apparently, the beta has broken off."
What does he do?
Beta.
He seems to be a magic specialist, kind of high around the energy usage department.
Wait, does he absorb energy thrown at him and then dish it back out?
Not this one.
That's the alpha.
So we need to fight the beta male.
Beta.
He says they broke off somewhere around Liberta.
Liberta?
That's right. The group was heading toward the ocean south of Liberta, whereas this one in particular was heading toward Idris.
You said this one's heading to Idris. Just one of them or the rest of them?
Just the beta.
So he's going to Liberta? Or Idris?
He's leaving Liberta and heading
Oh.
toward Idris.
Okay. Okay, great. Alright. So what's an Idris that's worth destroying a city for?
Well, I would only suspect from my knowledge that the Cross Organization could pose a threat if world alliances were to form.
Oh, great. All right. If my job saving, then we should probably do that.
No, you gotta save your paycheck.
Cool. We're dealing with. We have to form a medieval UN then. Cool. Awesome.
Or possible futuristic UN? I have no idea what time.
What year is it?
I tell Menace that he should spread this. He should give this information to Coronum. I show him the report. Actually, he should just copy this and spread this as much as he can
To everyone.
to the leadership. Does Menace say anything?
Menace says, "I'll speak with Oceanera."
Okay. I think we should be off then to Idris. All right.
Dorgan looks at you and says, "I think it would be wise to catch him out in the open, away from the city."
How is he traveling?
On foot.
Okay. Are you gonna be coming with us?
Well, yeah, this is something I'll do for free.
Ah, wonderful. Good. I can't afford to pay you. All right. Well, then we'll hunt him. We'll go from Idris and then back out to La Berta and try to reverse search from there. Is that good or no?
Perhaps. When do you think this undead attack is going to happen on Riches? They might need us back
Well-
here.
Well, I don't know how long it is. Unfortunately, the report doesn't specify. I think we should try to attack this guy. All of us out in the woods, not near the city, obviously.
Yeah.
And as soon as we're done with that, we try to go to Riches. Then reinforce the attack.
Reinforce the attack or defend
defense.
against the attack?
Defense! Sorry, I've been playing Double Agent too long.
Yeah, that reinforcing the defense sounds like a good idea.
But we do that after we get the guy who's leaving Liberta? I mean, he's going on foot. How fast can he fucking be?
I mean, I can fly. He could probably fly.
Well, best be off.
Okay, then.
He says, "I assume that airship you rode in on, we can take it?"
Yeah.
Perfect. He just kind of like gets up and walks out the door nonchalant.
Wait, did I just give him our transport?
No, I think we're
So it
going.
would seem.
I think we're going in the transport. Right? All right, let's get to the transport.
All right, yeah. we get to the thing. To the thing.
Did he
Menace
just
says,
take-
"Good luck."
All right, let's go.
As you proceed out, you see Dorgan just like standing over the pilot.
Did he beat up the pilot?
No, he's just standing over the pilot saying, like, telling him where we're heading, and he's like, "Hurry up and take off." The pilot's like, "Who are you?" Well, actually, the pilot probably knows who this guy is, but he's like, "Oh shit."
Oh shit. All right. Well, so pilot. I don't remember your name.
Did he say his name? I don't think he said his name.
No, he hasn't said his name. We need to go to Liberta.
No, Idris.
Idris. We need to go to Idris.
Idris? Oh, okay. Sounds good. He flips the lever and takes off again.
By the way, does this thing ever need to refuel?
No.
I just what?
He refueled while you were talking, duh.
Okay. I was like,
It's at this moment that the giant flying thing ran out of fuel.
I was like, is this the PC privilege? We don't have to worry about the fuel getting run. It just does. It just happens.
Precisely. It doesn't take long. As you're flying over this forestry and such, you're heading toward Idris. The pilot yells back to you. He says, "We're almost there." And Dorgan walks up to the railing. And you can see his eyes go from like this brownish color to silver, and he begins scanning the area beneath the ship.
I just walk up to him, look over, and go, I don't see anything.
He says,
The mage is still on this ship, isn't he?
"Oh God!" The mage just sat there like, "I was supposed to be home yesterday."
Okay.
Dorgan eventually focuses on one area, and he says, "I got a lock."
You got a lock?
And
Alright,
he just
cool.
dives. He just swan dives off the ship.
Oh,
tell
there
him.
he goes.
I tell the pilot, follow that man.
Oh, that man. What man? That bastard crazy ass fucker just jumped off my perfectly good flying machine.
He just skydives down, and he says, "Oh, she's big and she ain't that fast." As he hits the deflate button on the balloon, you guys just start falling.
Okay.
Is there parachutes? Can I fall faster?
Can I fall fast?
Sure, there's some emergency parachutes.
Oh, perfect. I strap one on.
Where's Hildy on all this?
I guess just vibing.
Oh,
The wizard's like, "What the fuck is going on?" He's holding onto the railing. There's no seatbelts on this thing.
I look at the mage before I jump off, and I say, "I will see you soon." And I dive off with my emergency parachute.
I just go, these motherfuckers are crazy, and grow fucking wings and dive off.
Would Hildy like a parachute?
Yeah, I would.
All right. Have fun.
I parachute down.
You eventually come into the tree line of this forestry, and your parachute gets caught in the branches.
Am I stuck in a tree?
Roll for parachute expertise.
Parachute expertise.
Oh, do I have modifiers on that one, Quentin?
Do you have modifiers on anything is the question.
Oh, yeah, I rolled.
19. You're able to get right between all of the trees into a clearing and land the cleanest parachute landing humans have ever seen.
Humans.
Yeah, I'm
Hey.
racist.
It honestly doesn't matter what.
Does
elves
Hildy
see.
get stuck in trees? Does Hildy want to roll for tree stuck?
Sure, I guess I do.
Oh, trees stuck, please. How about you?
D20.
Yep, just a d20. Yeah, you're fine. You land. You just kind of follow Cecil to his landing. Land perfectly fine. And Dante, of course,
I
you
just-
fly down.
Yeah, I just fly in the trajectory you guys are going.
Oh, I'm trying to follow our boogie man or Rugi.
I'll stay above the tree line, just following you guys.
A Rugi.
Do I see Dorgan anywhere?
You guys don't quite see him yet, but he does walk out from behind a tree, and he kind of like you hear no sound, not even like the crunching of grass as he walks towards you. And he says, about, with his silver eyes looking out, about 500 feet forward, head left about 175, and you'll find him.
So you're gonna come and help us, right?
He says, "I'll be in the shadows, don't you worry."
Ah, perfect. Okay, so let's go beat his ass. I follow his directions.
Alright. As you draw close to the location he had described to you, if you'd like to, you notice that there's someone running through the forest.
Is he running at us?
No. He's heading in the direction to Idris.
Oh. Oh wait. Oh, I yell at him. I wave him down.
Oh, what do you yell?
A message for you, sir.
He suddenly
not-
skids to a stop and turns and raises his hand.
I take cover.
And
I know how this
a
goes.
large beam of energy shoots through, clearing multiple trees, aiming right for Cecil's voice.
Right. Cool. Awesome. I'm going to fly directly above this man and activate my chains of hell.
Hey, you! Yeah, you!
Yeah, you! I have a message for you!
This guy probably doesn't get any messages.
What were you doing, Dante?
I'm activating my my chains of hell, and I'm going to use my new custom ability that I have lovingly called the Barbs of Beelzebub.
Joseph, can you roll for me real quick? As you tried to evade this beam. You just saw it coming, didn't you? Dante, you throw your spear and it hits him right in the shoulder, getting stuck in his flesh.
I would like to use my Nen dash to try to get myself closer to them,
Okay.
and pardon me, and use my dragon roar to try to drop kick him.
5. You crack a kick into his chest, and he coughs out this blood. As Dante, he goes flying, and you're gonna end up getting yoinked with him if you don't strength roll against it.
Against what?
You just Dante's able to dig his feet into the ground and hold, restraining him completely as he absorbs this kick to the chest, and you can hear like the breaking of bone.
Hilde, you want to do anything?
Nope.
Okay. I'm going to take the other chain and wrap it around his arm so that way he can't really do anything.
You wrap up the other arm, and he seems to be caught off guard and restrained for a moment.
I throw a light combo on his head. Just gonna punch his head. I don't have any slants here. Oh, okay.
At this point, so his body seems to be restrained, and Cecil makes an engagement, and he turns his eyes to Cecil, his eyes glowing this yellow color, and it shoots out a beam heading toward you.
Can I try to make a dodge of it?
Yes.
Would it help if I were to yank him?
This beam blasts Cecil into the ground, piercing through his chest. What were you
shit.
doing, Dante?
I was going to just try to yank the guy, swing him around me like a fucking, I don't know, one of those guys that like swing that ball chain around the Olympics. I wanted to swing him around me and then smash him against the tree to get him unconscious.
You swing him around, and he doesn't seem to be that physically strong as you send him through the air, and he crashes into the tree, hitting the ground once again.
Is he still conscious?
He's still conscious.
I fly up and punch him in the face until he's unconscious.
You
Go
hit him in
to
the
sleep.
face. Let me see. Oh. As you try to punch him in the face, he raises one of his hands that's tied up, and this ward appears around him like a barrier, and you punch the barrier, stopping your attack. And immediately he fires a beam from his hand toward you.
Hail May, do something.
Dante, you can roll to avoid the beam.
7.
The beam hits you, piercing through your stomach, like, just straight through it.
Oh, I am going to fucking eat your arm.
And he's gonna fire off another beam.
He's
gonna start-
Satan's cloak.
Holy Lance!
Okay, roll for Satan's Cloak, roll for Holy Lance. Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's a paladin. Consecrate!
Dante! The Holy Lance successfully hits him. Dante, you, how do you want to deal with this beam coming at you?
I just want to block it with, like, the aura that comes out of me.
Oh, okay, yeah. No problem. The Holy Lance hits him, and he's writhing in pain on the floor.
And then I continue to... Can I continue to restrain him with the chains? Just...
Okay, you can try to resist the chains. Oh!
God damn
At this point, the yellow aura around him explodes much like you saw in the Tango Stigma, and this energy just shatters the chain into particles. And he immediately thrusts both his hands forward toward Dante, sending a massive beam that would engulf his entire body. Roll for defense.
My cloak's still up.
Yes, it is. 16. It hits your cloak, and you go flying through the air, crashing through dozens of trees, and eventually coming into contact with the earth. Your aura is blown apart, but it protected you just enough to where you're not taking any serious damage.
What are you wearing?
Okay.
State Farm.
I really hope nobody is really close to the hill.
At this point,
'Cause
he leaps into the air and begins firing off a barrage of 100 blasts towards you.
Hell's Downbringing, I'm using that.
Well, you took a hit, so you're going to have to defend because he's activated a combo.
Somebody
Oh, you're going to try to beam his blast. Is that what you're
I have
saying?
a hole in my body.
So you're wanting to do a contest roll. Is that what you said?
I'm doing Hell's Downbringing, which is one of my new abilities.
that'd be-
I fly into the sky and dive bomb toward a target,
Okay.
releasing a massive explosion of demonic energy and
That's
shattering the landscape around you into pieces.
Alright, before you can do that, you'll have to deal with this attack successfully.
Which I don't.
7. As you try to get up to make a punch on him, he doesn't allow you to get up. It's just 100 blasts pounding you into the ground, blowing apart your body. Pieces of your arm fall off your leg, your chest is blown open.
Oh god! Alright.
Dante is in critical condition.
Am I not?
Cecil, you're able to get back up and continue.
You said I had a hole in my body.
Oh yeah, you do have a hole in your body, but you're still okay.
You're
You're a martial
I'm sorry.
artist. You have really
What?
So a special thing about martial artists is you have really good pain affliction bonuses. So like being injured won't hinder you. You can keep fighting.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so this guy's just hammering Dante with 100 blasts. You guys are free to do something.
So I'm just gonna hit him right in his like rib cage.
Holy Lance!
Now I'm on the other end.
So
I'm on
as-
the other end of hearing all
Just in the middle of blasting the fuck out of Dante, Cecil walks up or leaps in the air and punches him, and then while he's flying through the air, Hildy hits him with a Holy Lance, knocking him into the earth.
I'm going to use my healing necklace.
Oh, so I was able to land a strike on him, right?
Yes.
I did my 10-pointed strike.
Oh. Okay. Make sure you announce that first. So, you hit him,
Oh shit.
and you just barrage him with 10 punches across the entire body, and he flies through the air, then getting hit by a Holy Lance, and then hits the ground.
Ah.
He's slowly trying to get up.
No, I'm gonna kick his stupid head.
18.
Ah, yes, kicking
Ah.
the
Cecil
Oh,
runs up
yeah.
and throws a kick, but he raises his hand, and a shockwave of magic blasts his foot away, and he quickly puts his hand against Cecil's stomach, point blank, firing a beam.
I
Ah,
have
yes,
no
kicking
foot.
the mother down. I dig your spunk, kid.
So I have another hole in my body.
No,
and I have a
you,
foot
you roll to
gone.
deal with it. I'm just saying what's
Oh,
gonna
okay.
happen if you don't deal with this.
Okay. Boop, boop.
Whoa!
I'm sorry.
Martial
You're
arts
dead.
master of close combat. What do you do?
So he's gonna try to like take out my foot. So I'm just gonna like I forgot what they call it. I'm just gonna get my fist and bring it down like a sledgehammer on his head instead.
17. Another shockwave to block your punch and another beam to the chest.
I get up an infernal beam that bastard.
Dante, you're pretty exhausted after healing that kind of wound. You've lost about a third of your energy.
Cool.
Do I need to roll to dodge that attack?
So the D6 was for Dante hitting him. So he got hit and his combo is interrupted. Cecil, you can attack.
Okay, great. I'm gonna just punch him right in the chest. Uh-oh.
15. Another shockwave defense, holding back your fist. And he's going to try to leap backward away from Cecil, and while he's in the air, fire a beam towards Cecil, toward you.
Okay,
Well,
I
he's-
used a Nen Wave to deflect it back at him.
Okay, roll for Nen Wave. 11. Though Nen Wave and the beam collide, and the beam pierces through it, hitting Cecil.
I fire my new red lightning at him.
14. He holds up his arms that are now engulfed in this magical essence, and he's like blocking the electricity and kind of containing it within his hands.
With my other hand, I fire a infernal beam at him.
16. He's with both
the
hands. He's
fuck?
kind of balancing both attacks and holding them back until they fade away.
Hold on.
Oh god. How many attacks can this man defend? He can't defend this one.
This one.
I was like,
He's like
"Dodge
holding
this."
he's holding back these two abilities, and then from behind,
Parry this, you
lance.
fucking casual.
The lance hits his back, and his defense falters. And as Dante's attacks pierce through the defense and knock him to the ground, paralyzing him for a second.
And when I see him falter again, I transfer my other hand from infernal beam to 2 red lightnings on him. I'm going full Palpatine.
Oh
on
no!
this bitch. Do it.
18. His yellow aura explodes from his body once again. The earth shaking and shattering beneath his power level, and he once again tries to form this ward protecting him from the lightning.
Hell's
Yeah.
damn bringing.
I'm gonna try to follow that up with a 10-pointed strike again. Just preemptively rolling.
Dante, you successfully crash down on him like a meteor, and he hits the ground, coughing out blood. What did
Can I
Cecil
just?
do? I heard
Can I
Cecil
just?
do something.
Yeah. What would Cecil want to do?
Oh no! I said I wanted to follow up with that strike with the 10-point strike. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, like
And Dante?
I just wanted to hold him down and say, "Dude, stop attacking us for 5 fucking seconds."
I don't think we can negotiate with this kind of guy.
5. He's willing to listen.
He's willing to listen.
Well, I mean,
Radiant strike.
Oh!
Oh god.
Where are you radiant striking?
His fucking spine.
Oh god.
is this consecrate?
Dante's currently on top of him and his back's to the ground, but sure, you stick him and it, you've definitely hit a significant central nervous system spot.
You know what?
The
I'm
guy
dead.
screams in pain.
I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna dragon roar kick him again.
Oh
Wait,
my
that's a drop kick. Is he standing?
No,
He's on the
I'm
ground.
Oh.
like pretty much.
You do
I'm gonna
have
ten-
you do have the heal drop.
I'm gonna 10-point strike his head. with my foot. You know what? No. Correction. Heaven's Heel. I'm gonna Heaven's Heel his head.
Oh my god. His head explodes.
Oh god! Is he alive still?
No.
I'm not gonna lie. I was waiting for it. Yes, I was waiting for it. No, we got him alive.
No, we don't.
No, yeah, you know.
He's dead.
Cecil has 3 gaping wounds in his chest and stomach.
Coughs up blood.
Cecil's actually dying. I would say at this point Cecil would collapse.
I take off my necklace, hand it to him, and say, "The magic word is pumpkin."
I'm dying on the ground.
I know. Say the word pumpkin.
Can I say the word pumpkin?
You
See-
start healing for something.
Cecil, you can feel this crystal draw a lot of mana from your body, and it begins to regenerate your wounds in return.
Ah. Now the blood stays on the inside.
Where it's supposed to be. But I didn't want this guy's head to explode.
Not gonna lie, I got a little carried away.
Yeah, you did.
Dorgan kind of drops out of the trees at this point and says, "Nice going."
Oh, thank you, Dorgan.
Yeah, can I just press pause, revert to a save, go back to where before we killed this guy?
No. This is
Sorry, you have the ring of space, not the ring of time, sir.
We still have the ring. I totally forgot.
I loot his body for anything.
So he has the armor of the defects,
Cool.
and he has not much else actually. Like he was pretty empty on his person.
Wait, was he gonna assault the whole city by himself?
There's no way of knowing.
Oh well, if only we took him alive. Maybe next time.
Oh, what a shame.
How many of these defects are there running around? Like have we seen only one? Or has there been 20?
If
Or
you
has there been
count
1,000?
Lucy, there's 6 more. If you count enemies, there's 5 more.
Oh. Well, I think our work is done here. I think it's time for us to go back to Rechezip.
We're taking the corpse.
Of course we're taking the corpse.
Yeah, you need a snack.
No, I have meat for that.
Don't lie. You know
I'm
you
not
know I don't,
lying.
You,
I do
You know
that.
I don't like it when you lie.
I literally pull out a steak and just eat it.
All right, out of flex, but okay.
Right. Well, Dorgan says, "Well, that's one down. I guess I'll start tracking another."
Yes, you will.
Can you send a message once you get the trail of the others?
By all means. Well, Menace will reach you.
Yeah, Menace will reach me. All right, thank you.
I shake his hand and say thank you for your service.
As you hold out your hand, he kind of just looks at you. Says, "Right. Where's the airship?"
I'm gonna hold this.
Where is the airship? That is a good question.
Where is the airship? Oh, where's the giant, Mansley?
Well, the airship does. He points at where the airship is, and he says, "I think we found it. Do you guys have some kind of signal or something?"
No.
I get on top of Dante's back.
What are you doing?
Take me away.
My wings come out of my back. I kind
No.
of need that.
Okay.
But no, I just hellfire bolt directly above me into the air like a flare.
The airship just kind of starts descending to your location.
Doesn't use Holy Lance.
Holy Lance.
Pilot pulls down, says, "Did you get him?"
I hold up the headless corpse.
Oh God! I thought we were taking him alive. Oh well.
I did too.
Wait, we were taking them alive?
Yeah,
I'm legitimately confused on this one.
we
I made a mistake.
were taking only the defects alive. Everyone else that gets in our way can die.
Well, I'll be the first to admit it. I may have dropped the ball on this one.
On your first day.
On your
Alright.
first day.
I was legit confused.
What is the name of our group? What would you call us?
The wandering vagabonds.
Wandering vagabond.
I'd prefer ne'er-do-wells.
Murder hobos?
Chaotic idiots?
To be fair, I didn't kill a bad guy. I mean, I killed the bad guy, but he wasn't like the guy. Listen, I didn't kill any good people. All right.
Not that you know.
What? I asked him if he had a message, and he shot a laser at me. Fuck off.
I mean, what does that actually mean at the end of the
Who
day?
says they have a message for them in the middle of a fucking forest?
I don't know, idiots?
Anyway, I guess I throw the corpse onto the ship and call myself up there.
All right.
So you just threw the corpse up on the fucking ship? You son
Yeah,
of a-
I just throw the corpse onto the fucking ship. And I ask the pilot, is there like, I don't know, something to keep this mess from becoming a bigger mess on the ship?
Excuse me.
I want to preserve the body.
The
For later.
wizard sighs
For later.
and says, "Oh, it's gonna start to stink," and he just like frost rays the shit out of the body and freezes it solid.
A man of skill, I see.
That works.
I wink.
He goes back to his book.
All right, pilot, take us to Richeza. We're done here.
The pilot salutes. He says, "Yes, sir." He
I've had a stomping good time.
flips the lever, and you guys take off again, back to Richez. You guys, once again, like just an hour, maybe 2 hours pass, and you get back to Richez. Dorgan
What were we supposed to do with this corpse?
offboards and just like pats his clothing, walking back toward the Five Aces.
Wait, what?
I guess we just take this corpse back to not to Richez, but to
Coronal.
where the fuck? Coronal,
Richez-
yeah.
Richez was going to be attacked.
Well, in the coming weeks, we still have the docket, right?
Yes.
Presumably.
When does the docket say the attack is going to be?
Does the docket say when the
It
attack's
didn't
gonna
define a date. It just like listed like a battalion of soldiers assigned to Richez.
be? Did it give like a general time frame? Oh.
No.
Assigned to
Oh.
Richez. That could mean either attacking Richez or they've infiltrated Richez. Anyway, we've already told them, so they're probably looking forward to it. Anyway, back to Corona.
All right. Wait, Corona or Cornum?
Coronum.
Airship heads back to Coronam. Another couple hours pass by. It's now nighttime. You arrive under the moonlight.
How bad would it be to walk into the courtroom with a corpse?
That'd be pretty bad. Not gonna lie.
Do it anyway.
Don't do it.
Well, upon arriving, of course, is your greeting party from the palace, and noting that you have a corpse with you, there would be guards that would take it.
All right, cool.
Thank God.
This will be handled officially.
Yes. Officially.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, the official corpse look at her.
So yeah, as you arrive, the guards congratulate you and thank you for your help to the kingdom and take the corpse and your escort. Takes you back to the palace and they say, would you like to settle for the night or?
I would very much like to settle for the night. I've had a long couple of days.
You're telling me.
Very well. As you're led back to your royal suite.
Royal?
I mean, it's not bad, is it?
Your bubble baths are already prepared.
Ah, yes.
And they offer mints as you
I
walk
hope
in.
this war never ends.
And there's your checkpoint. You have the option of either continuing or stopping here.
Do y'all want to keep going?
I'm actually I promised some other people that I would be playing video games with them.
Okay, so that sounds like a good place to stop.
Very well.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. An upgrade point all around. Congratulations.
Hooray! Where's my upgrade point?
Whenever you have time, get with me on your custom abilities if you have any left. Kapow, 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 kapow. Muda, 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 muda.
Jesus. All right, so before I go, what the fuck happened out there?
Well, wanna elaborate?
You got a little murder happy.
I had 3 holes in my body. I got desperate.
I was in survival mode.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot we were trying to get these people alive. I honestly didn't know.
All right, fine.
You are excused.
I think the restrictions of the missions need to be a bit more clear for my dumbass.
I'll be sure to create a UI just that'll tell you capture enemy, not kill.
Maybe next time before we drop it, just get like a friendly reminder all around. All right, remember guys, we don't kill this one, we capture him.
We capture him.
Remember, they want him alive. Also, I was really expecting him to survive that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why. It's just something about Seventh World. Maybe he's maybe he'll survive as a good stomping on the head.
Stomping on the head.
And you know what? Quite frankly, I was wrong. Also, I thought I was dead when I was informed that I had to hold my body. I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just lie here then. I'll wait for the fight to be over. Then
Yep.
Quinn's like, oh, you're still in it. And I'm like,
Oh,
okay.
It takes a lot more than that to bring a player down. Jeez. I was like, Dante literally had his entire body torn to shreds and blown apart to pieces.
Blown apart to pieces, yes.
Dante getting blown to pieces is something that happens a lot, pretty regularly.
Dante is
in these
like,
games.
we don't have a tank, so I double as the tank. And it's really
Yeah.
bad, because I'm not a tank.
Yeah, because our tank, I look at Heal Day, doesn't really tank.
The tank likes to throw holy lances.
The tank likes to snipe just out of nowhere.
Honestly, I think that's exactly how you're supposed to play a paladin. I think Chris did exactly what I would do as a paladin.
Precisely. I'm putting names in the character archive. I'm trying to remember all of them. So there was Dorgan.
What do you have to remember also? Oh, the dog got trapped in here. Gotta let the dog out.
Okay.
So you guys went Dorgan, Azarus, Sylphan, TEC, Dorgan. Is there any others?
Chris, everything all right? Seems like you're like not really talking much in the in Seventh World.
Oh?
Like you had yourself wait at the gatehouse, and then you were like, all right,
Yeah,
all right.
fine. Don't worry about it.
There's no one
Alright.
else, right? I think that was everybody.
Okay. Anything else before we head out?
I don't think so. I'm just gonna. I'll notify you when your new abilities are on your sheets.
Okay.
All right. D&D will be tomorrow, I believe, at 6:30.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right. I will see you guys later.
Bye bye. Have
See you later.
fun.
Good game. Bye-bye.